Hey, so we're on day 3 now of our journey of building out this photo album for memories and things that I can share with my kids. So today what we're going to talk about really is the theme. We're going to weed out some of the unused themes out of the default install. We're also going to go select a new theme, and basically I'm going to walk you through how I look at themes, and we're going to set up the child theme as well. So as you can see, we have the standard default theme here. The first thing that we're going to do is when you go into the back end and you look at theme, you can see that the default install of WordPress has 3 themes, at least at this current time. Now, I just like to have a clean install, and leaving these things just means that I have to make sure of updates and vulnerabilities, and I have to kind of keep up with a lot of these things. So if these things don't sit here, then I don't have to worry about them. So what I do is I always leave whatever the latest one is, right? So the latest one is 2015. So I'm going to delete 2013 and 2014. Now this is just for my own security reasons, and some of these vulnerabilities that might come up. You want to make sure that your site's secure. So that kind of goes back to the previous video where we spoke about some of the table prefixing and the users and stuff like that. We want to make our site as secure as we can. So by deleting unused things that I know we're never going to use, might as well just get rid of it. There's no use of having them there. So now we just have the one theme. Now, 2015 is an awesome theme. I know that there's a lot of sites out there that are actually using this, which is probably a little bit of a change from previous default WordPress themes, but it's very clean, and I do like a very clean design. That's just my preference. So what I'm going to do is, just from my own preference, I when I find a topic that is the basis for a website, I like to try to think about that, right? So this is a photo album of sorts, right? So this is storytelling. This is memories. I want to convey a nice warm feel. So I want a nice clean look, and I want to make sure that this is for my family too. So being that it's a hobby project rather than a budget, a set side budget for this kind of thing, I'm going to kind of try to leverage free themes if I can. So what I do first is usually I just Google, top free themes or top storytelling themes for WordPress. So I found this great post here, on WP Tavern, and it's basically the top free WordPress themes from last year. And basically what I'm going to do is, and I already did this, but I'll kind of walk you through my process here. Is I went through and looked at all of them, well, or most of them, the ones that I thought were appealing to me, right? And I would click on the demo, look at it, and say, okay, um, this is very nice. It's very clean. It's got this header up here and this menu. I'm not sure what kind of a menu I'm going to have yet, since it's really aggregating photos and stories and things. So I'm not sure I'm going to need that. It's got a clean look. It's very blog-like. I'm not sure it really pops as much, right? So there's some things here that don't fit for what I'm looking for. Maybe this one, because this one doesn't have that. Some of these things. Okay, so this is on the WordPress.org site. I can download it. That's pretty cool. So it's got some little interactions here, 1,000 words. I guess that's a photo post. Very clean. It's got some nice styling to it. Maybe it's too clean, right? I want to keep my kids' interests. Um, so let's see some of these other ones. Let's see. Take a look at this one. So this is pretty clean. Again, this seems to be a WordPress.com site theme. It's got different colors, so that's good. And it has a menu if I want it, and it hides it, which is really cool. I'm not sure what some of these other things are. Okay, so it's like a footer kind of deal. Social sharing if I want. Yeah, so the menu's pretty clean. I like that. It's got, it hides when I don't want it. So it actually has distinguishing post types here, post formats. There's debate around those things, so I don't know how long those will actually stay around. At least that's what it looks like to me, because I could see that these icons look different. So this is a photo, this is a gallery, this looks like a regular blog post, this is a video, this is a quote. So yeah, this theme is actually nice. It's using post types, so maybe let's go for it. I mean, let's see what it looks like, right? I like the colors. It's cool. It's playful, right? So it's going to attract the kids, at least keep their interest a little bit. For the number of reasons that I like this is because it's colorful. If I'm not using a menu, I can hide it away, or I can put it there. Also, one of the main things was that it was responsive, so and I know that this one is. So I went ahead, downloaded this, copied this into my themes folder, and we can see that it's here. So if I just activate this, refresh this page, boom, nice. It's here, it looks, okay, so it's got everything, at least out of the box kind of deal. So I haven't done anything else other than activate the theme. Now, as a best practice for any theme development that I do anyway, in this sort of manner, for these types of projects, I create a child theme. And I do that because I want to be able to update the theme that I downloaded. So if they find that there's security flaws or anything like that, or vulnerabilities into it, I want to be able to update that without overriding my own changes. So I don't know what changes I'm going to make to the theme just yet. I might not make any, but at least this gives me the flexibility moving forward. So first thing we're going to do is create a new folder, and I'm just going to call it the Resnicks. And inside here, all we need to do is create a style sheet. And I have handy snippets from Sublime Text that allow me to, so I don't have to go look up these things. So the child theme names, the Resnicks, and placeholder. So these placeholders that I have in here are important for two reasons. One, a child theme is going to inherit the properties and styles and functionalities of the parent theme. So how a child theme knows about its parent is right here. This template tag here. So since all you have to do here is put in the folder name of the parent. So the folder name is sorbet. So I name it that. I just drop that name right in there. In the text domain, this is if I want to start developing some functionality into it. I'll just say sorbet child, right? So now, once that's done, we refresh the page for the themes and the parents. We can see the new child theme is here. So if we go and activate that now, and refresh the home page, you see all the styling is messed up. And that is because we didn't put the link for the old style sheet, for the parent style sheet. Now, the way that some people have done it in the past is by using the import tag here for CSS. That's really not the best way to do that. And the reason why is for performance reasons. Not to get too technical into it, but basically the idea here is that using the import tag, it has to go download the parent one first and then download the child. We want to get them coming down at the exact same time so that it's faster. So we do that by creating another file inside of our child theme called functions.php. Now, when we do that, what we'll do here is enqueue the parent style, right? So here's this is again another snippet. I know I use this a lot, so instead of me having to cut and paste all the time, I just save them as snippets. I have them on my GitHub account as well, and I'll link that. All these snippets also, I'll put them in the post. And I'll just say Resnick child theme. Right, so here we add the action for unqueue scripts. And basically what this is doing here is this is a function that I will use to load style sheets and JavaScripts into my child theme. I want to load the parent style sheet, so that's what this line does here. So now, once I save that and I go back here and refresh, now you can see all the styles brought in. So I went kind of quickly on that, but basically the takeaway here is that you want to, when you download a theme, you want to be able to update it. And by doing that seamlessly, you create a child theme. And then when you create a child theme, for performance reasons, this is the pro tip of this video, you want to make sure that you're enqueuing the parent's style sheet. You don't want to use @import for style sheets because that will be slow. There's other technical reasons around it as well. Feel free to ask me about them. I'll be happy to tell you about them, but I don't want to bore you to death here. So with that being said, now that we have our theme set up and our child theme set up, this is a good stopping point. And in the next video, we're going to start installing some of the plugins that we're going to use to build out the core of this site.